All right, all right. All right, cool. We're good to go. All right, fellas. We are going to handle these patch notes real quick. The league mechanic looks sick. League mechanic looks very sick. The crafting is going to be absolutely busted. Okay, so we got two new bloodline classes. One which is going to be exclusive to the All Flame Challenge League. Added new exceptional skill gems. These ones looked okay from the reveal. Hey, what up, Daddy? How you doing, man? Excited for this, dude. Excited for these patch notes. My league starter got buffed. Pretty cool. My league starter got buffed by actually a lot. The mines got nerfed a little bit, the high impact mine, and like all the mine supports and totems and stuff, they all got. Yeah, the new league looks really fun, dude. The crafting looks absolutely busted. So we'll see how it is, but that crafting thing where it like splits it in all different, like 3 different options or 4 different options, that shit looked really cool. We're gonna be able to do some pretty busted crafting this league, especially for like profit crafting and stuff. Is gonna be really good. So let's see. I don't know about these new exceptional supports. I mean, they look okay. We're gonna have to see how good they're gonna be. I don't know. We don't know the numbers on them, but this one actually looked kind of cool. This mana infused staff one. This looks like you could do some like mana stacking shenanigans with it, where you do kind of like a cast on block build. As long as there's no like some sort of cooldown on it or something weird, then we should be able to make a mana stack or cast on block build with this new skill right here. Obviously, we got to see the numbers on it, but and obviously that would be paired with Archmage. So you do like Archmage, mana stack, or cast on block. But I don't want to make the same mistake of trying some new shit like that and then having it just suck, because that does happen a lot. I do that quite often, actually. I start to like change up my league start plans when I see something new in the patch notes, and I end up trying it out and it's fucking dog shit. So this is definitely going to go on the back burner, but I want to make a cast on block build for sure with this new skill. That's definitely going on the list of builds to try out. Okay, so 15 new unique items. We didn't see. I don't think they showed any of the unique items. That's just kind of weird for the reveal. Maybe it's because they're only adding like 15 of them. They don't want to. I'm sure they're gonna tease them next all the way till next week, but we'll see. So volatile vol orbs are going core. Two new crafting bench, reroll 3 modifiers on a rare, cost 3 chaos orbs. And reroll a modifier on a rare item. Okay. Nice, dude. We got a crafting bench in every town. That's some good quality of life right there. That'd be good for the campaign. Nice. They lowered the volume for specters. That's good. Interesting change right here. Yeah, dude, Scion is fucking ridiculous now, dude. The new ascendancy that they added for the mercenaries is gonna be so busted. Dude, some of those mercenaries, so they're gonna be stronger. Yeah, so the mercenaries are gonna be stronger. You're not gonna be able to you're gonna be able just to make a support character for your mercenary. But I don't know. Did they even answer whether or not you're going to be able to change the items out on the Merc if you have the Ascendancy, like a permanent one? Or no, is that not a thing? I know they said you couldn't change the items out if you just like rent the mercenary for like a temporary portion, but can you change the items out if you have the new Ascendancy? That's the question. Because if you just have to go with the items that they give you, it might just suck. I don't know. Oh, you can. All right, Smoke. Cool. Thank you. The items can be changed. Okay, sick. Yeah, right. On the Scion only. Okay. I must have missed it if they said that. Okay. Oh, you're right. My bad. I totally forgot. They showed it on the Ascendancy tree. I forgot. I was like listening for it because I watched it twice, and I didn't hear it. But yeah, I remember they showed it on the Ascendancy tree. So it's like you can add unique item, you can add a unique weapon, you can add unique, so you could be just straight support for the Merc. It's gonna be busted, dude. That new Ascendancy is gonna be fucking so overpowered, dude. Okay, so we know pretty much about the mercenaries. They're kind of the same, except they're only the same if you have the Scion Ascendancy. Other than that, it's just kind of like temporary, I guess, temporary mercs, which they're going to be kind of useless unless they have like a mirror on them or a divine or something on them. Or maybe they'll have a good unique, I'm not sure. Yeah, dude, all of a sudden everybody wants to league start Scion. Imagine. Scion is like just historically the worst league starter, and now it's like all of a sudden the best. All right. The following unique are once again, once again obtained through mercenary encounters, and have been removed from the core drop. Okay. Okay, so they took the Trothan gems out of Heist. Now back on Mercs. And now we have the Scarabs for mercenaries. That's cool. So that means if you do pick the Scion, you can really, really farm like a good Merc. Seems like you can get like a bunch of them in the map now, which is really cool. Okay. This is good. Look at this. Mercenary rucksacks in the end game can no longer generate transmute or augment. That's good, dude. That's really good. I was really tired of seeing those in the end game. They has all their passive stats on them now. We have a new tab. Yeah, it's not the redheaded stepchild, dude. Now it's more like the blonde-headed older sibling. Blonde-haired older sibling. Yeah, you can trade them now too, right? pretty sick. Yeah, you get the warrant or whatever it is for them. You get the warrant, and then you could trade the warrant, and then you could bring them into the map. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we got the Abyss revamp. Dude, the Abyss revamp looks fucking sick, dude. It looks like it's going to be just like in PoE 2, which is awesome. Abyss in PoE 2 is amazing. It's really, really good. So, I'm excited for this. Dude, the change to the they removed synthesis implicits completely from the game. And now now they've been added back to like other like mechanics, like vol orbs now are going to be like, dude, it's crazy. You can get +1 power charge rings now just by vol orbing the ring. Okay, so we're no longer going to be backtracking. The Abyss crack is already going to be open. That's going to be sick. Abyssal delirium orbs can no longer be attained. Abyssal jewels can no longer roll increased damage with hits and ailments against abyssal monsters. Okay, so they removed all the abyss jewels modifiers that have these ones against abyssal monsters on them. Abyss scarab has limit of 5 from 2. Nice. Okay. Dude, Abyss is going to be a sick farm, guys. It's going to be really good. Hey, you guys on YouTube can't hear my music, right? Just making sure. Dude, yeah, the socket changes is incredible, man. The socket change is really good. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, I fucked up, and I forgot when I added a new source to my OBS. I messed up the last time I streamed, and it muted my entire stream. Sucks. All right. Okay. Dude, they finally removed the incubators, dude. Thank God. Fuck, those things were so annoying, dude. The Legion revamp looks really good too. Okay, so I'm wondering if 5-ways are still going to be a thing. Will automatically break out encounters. Unrelenting timeless have been removed. The regular timeless emblems. Incubators no longer can be obtained. ROG no longer has a crop to apply a random incubator to an item. Nice. Okay. Timeless spinners no longer drop outside of Legion encounters. All right, here we go. Gem socket changes. Gems can now be socketed in any equipment socket, even if the gem color does not match the socket. Okay, they now gain plus 10% quality in red, green, and blue sockets if the gem color matches. That's fucking sick. That's like, what's that chess piece called? Is it Diala's Desire or something like that? The one where it gives you like plus quality. So I wonder how that's going to work with that unique chest. Does that mean we're going to get an additional 10 quality if it matches the socket color? I wonder. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's Diala's malefaction. That's what it is. Let's see. The following unique items have now have a hidden property, preventing them from having white sockets. Oh, they nerfed it. Damn. Okay. Let me make this bigger so so you guys can read this shit. I know I'm on the widescreen monitor. Okay, chromatics and tainted chromatics now force one of the sockets on the item to be non-white. Okay. Chromatics are now rarer and are no longer sold by vendors in town in exchange for jeweler orbs. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I like this a lot, though. Hey, what's up, Raiden? Yeah, it's PoE one time, buddy. I'm excited, dude. This new league looks fucking busted. Okay. Okay, so they changed all of the stuff that was like based on sockets. Omen of Blanching has been renamed Trichromatism. It will now be consumed, used like a chromatic. It's guaranteed at least one red, blue, or green. Okay. Okay, so they changed the one for Betrayal too. Dude, finally, they got rid of they revamped talismans. Look at this. These actually look like they could be pretty good, dude. These talismans. Okay. They're already baited in the league starting it. We're going with Old Faithful, dude. We're going Ice Spear Miner Occultist. That's what we're doing. Yeah, this looks really good, dude. I'm excited for this. Non-unique can no longer be obtained outside of bestiary. Okay. Unique talismans or wait. Are no longer in the core drop pool. They now instead have a chance to drop from the bestiary bosses. Okay. The eyes of the Great Wolf change look really good, dude. I don't know if it's going to be as good as it was, but it looked like it was pretty cool. I think you can get like +1 power charge. So that means if you get 100% roll of effectiveness, you get +2 power charges. That's fucking fat. I think that was one of the ones that they showed, right? The pool for the Eyes of the Great Wolf. I think it was +1 power charge and then something else. I can't remember. So basically, this is like a bestiary rework too, kind of. Just as far as like the drops go. They removed the split beast. I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but because I run heist, so it looks like we'll just be selling all simplexes and focused amulets just straight out. They're going to go up in cost though by a lot. Okay, after completing locust point the way to the next altar. Oh look, they're adding the thing from PoE 2. It's not really necessary in this game though. I don't really feel like the areas aren't so fucking large you don't know where you're going. I don't know why they would add this. I don't feel like this is necessary, but okay, I guess. Yeah, exactly, dude. I really think that the talismans are really going to be competitive now. They should be very good. It's crazy, dude. We can get +1 power charges on rings now with just the Vol Orb. I think the pool for Vol Orbs is going to be way larger now, though. Okay, so they it looks like they nerfed the monster pack size and breach. This is weird. Why would you? Okay. So you can only open up 2 unstable breaches at a time? Interesting. They lowered the amount of equipment passives that you can get on the tree. Oh, it removes the ability to anoint. Yeah, you're right. It does. Yeah, that's why we kind of just have to see, but it appears to be pretty good. This is interesting, but I never really used the Genesis tree for equipment anymore anyways, ever since they nerfed it. Okay, so these anomalies looked pretty good too. Like they removed the reflect off of the corrupted side areas. I was wondering when they were going to do that. Okay, so they removed a bunch of maps, added a bunch of maps. Uh, Okay. Oh, thank God. Thank God they did this finally. Dude, this Chimera boss was so annoying. It's like one of the most annoying map bosses to kill. That invulnerability phase is just terrible. Let me change this real quick. All right, cool. So they added a bunch of Atlas passives. Well, not a bunch, but a few wheels. Oh, it looks like Summon Raging Spirits are getting a buff. I didn't even know that this happened. I didn't even notice that they paused. What's up, Photon? I didn't even notice that they paused while attacking, to be honest with you. Dude, this assassin node looks pretty nuts, dude. Okay, so bifurcated critical strikes. Cause critical strike chance to be rolled twice when determining if a critical strike should occur. If either rolls, the hit will be a regular critical strike. And if both rolls succeed, the amount of extra damage dealt by critical strike will be doubled. Dude, this is fucking nuts. So this means that if you have 100% crit chance, you'll be doing double. You'll be doing double the amount of crit multi over 100 for that hit. I wonder how that's going to work with Perfect Agony, dude. Is bifurcated critical crits gonna affect Perfect Agony? So like if you're hitting with a thing that applies a dot, will it double the crit multiplier for Perfect Agony, or no? Yeah, they buff self-casters a lot. We'll get to that in a second. We're almost there. I'm gonna have to test this, dude. But this looks like it could be super busted. That's a pretty hefty downside, though, dude. 50% less spell critical strike chance. It's pretty rough, but could be busted. So Hierophant's getting a buff or getting a nerf to totems because they want people self casting this league, obviously, but we're still playing mines. It's fine. I already POB'd it out. We'll be good. In fact, we'll be able to max out crit chance a lot better on the league starter. Yeah, they buffed crit chance of a lot of spells. They did, so maybe it won't be as bad. It'll kind of soften the blow of that node if you plan to play an assassin with crit for spells. So we know the Occultist got a new node for channeling. Inquisitor got a new node for crit. Instruments of Zeal got buffed, it looks like. I don't think anybody ever uses Instruments of Zeal anyway. Now we're looking at the Reliquarian. Dude, the Reliquarian is absolutely insane, bro. Yeah, the new Scion Ascendancy, we were just talking about that, is really, really good. The new Reliquarian looks fucking busted, dude. Dawnbreaker? The Apostate? Come on, man. This is fucking cool, too. Aracali's Fangs on here. The Black Cane is on here, too. This would be interesting, dude. Phantasmal Might is really, really strong. There might be something we could do with that, too. Got Screams of the Desiccated here with the Impenetrable Shine. That's pretty fat. Gloomfang is on here. That's pretty fat. Melding of the Flesh. Fat. Dude, this thing is so overpowered. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, the Black Cane. It's on there, man. All right, so they added a new Arcane Conservation Cluster to the northeast of the Witch's starting point. It gives 10% increased cast speed, 20% mana res, and 3% increased intelligence. That's pretty fat. Contemplative Meditation gives 8% increased reservation efficiency. Nice. 20% increased cost efficiency. They nerfed the Totem Mastery. All right, here we go. Yeah, dude. 66 Phantasms? Can you really get 66 of them? Yeah, dude, that's a real build, dude. Like, you'd be cooking with that. Yeah, Phantasmal Might is really, really strong, dude. I was trying to do it with Blade Vortex. I just couldn't get the build to work. You could make that build that I was trying to make before on this Ascendancy right now, the Reliquarian. You could make it work. There were just a couple of things holding me back, and having to wear the Black Cane was one of them. So now that you don't have to wear that, you can just have it as an Ascendancy node. Perfect. You can actually make that build with the Reliquarian. I'll probably end up making that. The Phantasmal Might Blade Vortex. Cold Convert. It was on its way to being good. I hit a couple of roadblocks that I couldn't get over. Okay. So skill gem changes. Most spells that receive base damage increase all have higher damage growth with each gem level. For example, with Divine Ire, 27% more at level 20. Now it deals 37% more at level 20. At level 30. Wait, am I reading that right? Yes. Okay. Shadow themes, physical spells, and pure cold hit spells have higher critical strike chances, while pure fire spells have generally lower critical strike chances. Okay. Lower cast times, more mana, higher effectiveness of added damage for fire spells. Dude, Firestorm might be really good this league too. I was thinking about making a Firestorm Ignite build. Okay, no, I know, right? Fairgraves, man. Okay, so we got a bunch of buffs to lightning skills. Blade Blast of Dagger Detonation. Increased base radius, crit chance buffed. Blade Vortex. Okay, so they nerfed the hit rate for each blade and the damage, but then they buffed the crit chance. Whatever. Blade Fall. Dude, look at this. Wait. Oh, never mind. It's just area of effect for body swap and sacrifice. I thought that was more damage, dude. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Cold Snap. Okay, we got chance to freeze. Bro, I might have to bust out my fucking Crackling Lance branching build that I made before. This thing got buffed a lot. Look at this shit. 370% effectiveness of added damage plus look at the flat damage on it now. Cremation got a little bit of a buff. Discharge looks like it's got a pretty big buff. I really thought that they were going to rework Elemental Hit. That was going to be on my bingo card, actually. I didn't get a chance to make my bingo card video, but that was going to be on it. I'm glad I didn't make the video. I would have been wrong. Okay, so Ethereal Knives. Damn, looks like EK Ignite might be back on the menu. Yeah, that got a fat ass buff, dude. Look at that shit. EK Ignite is very strong. Very, very strong. Firestorm, fat. 20% more effectiveness of added damage. Damn, dude, look at Firestorm Meteors. Damn. Firestorm of pelting. Okay, it didn't get any. It just got added effectiveness of damage. Flame surge. Oh no! So look, yeah, ethereal knives. It got buffed, dude. Fires 10 to 15, so it got more projectiles. The base crit has been raised to 10%, and now has higher effectiveness of added damage, and the fizz damage is higher now. It got buffed across the board because they want us to be self-casting this league. So this is like all the spells got buffed. That's why once we get down to the support gem changes, you're going to see that they had nerfed like a lot of the proxy casters. So like totems and mines, all that stuff got nerfed a little bit. They want to try to incentivize us to self-cast. But dude, EK Ignite's going to be fucking... It's going to be a good build this league. Could do like EK Ignite Elementalist. Look at Hex Blast, dude. They put the cooldown time down to 1 second, previously 2 seconds. Dude, why? Why? Just take the cooldown off. Let us bypass it somehow. They still don't want people using this skill. Yeah, they buffed Freezing Pulse. Did you see that shit? Dude, Frost Bomb is another one, dude. Frost Bomb's really good too. That got buffed. Dude, look at the amount of damage that Frost Bomb got. What's the one that what's the whatchamacallit? Hold on. Yeah, dude, Frost Bomb Occultist. Dude, this shit might be back. This was a good build in Affliction, dude. I played this build in Affliction. Here you guys go, just in case you want to see. You guys want to see the build of what it was before? Yeah, Siege Ballistas is good, dude, for sure. But if you guys want to check out the Frostbomb Occultist, it's right there. I put the POB in the chat. And then if you guys want to check out, hold on. And here is a here's an EK Ignite Elementalist, just in case you guys want to check it out. Raiden, look at the link I put in there, the POB. Those are two really good league starters that you guys can try. I don't know how good Frost Bomb would be for league start, but and this is an older POB. Remember that too. So. But I did play that build before though, and it was really, really fun to play, the Frost Bomb. Okay, so Holy Flame Totem now has higher crit. Okay. Higher crit. Hydrosphere, higher crit. Okay, this is what we wanted to see. Ice Spear splitting now has higher crit. And projectiles now split towards 4 to 7 targets. Previously 2 to 5. Ice Storm now has a maximum of 8 Ice Storms from Whispering Ice. That's another fun build to play, the cast when channeling Ice Storm build. Okay, they finally nerfed Kinetic Blast of Clustering. Kind of saw that one coming. Thought that was going to happen before, but better late than never. Lightning Conduit of the Heavens got buffed, bro. Remember? Do you guys remember that old Connor build that he made with the Mjolnir mana stacker with the Lightning Conduit and Ball Lightning? That build was a lot of fun to play, and it just got buffed to the moon. I won't be surprised if he starts with that. If Connor starts with that. Lightning Warp, cast time is 0.6 seconds, and mana cost has been increased. Okay. Damn, they nerfed the Hateful Accuser, huh? Interesting. That's an interesting nerf right there. Yeah. Well, so that build that Connor makes, the Cyclone cast when channeling build, you can interchange a bunch of the skills. So like you can put Lightning Warp in there to where you like warp all around and just put Lightning Conduit in there. You can also put Ball Lightning of Orbiting in there. There's like a bunch of different skills that you can interchange in that build, and it's still very, very strong. Like I played it multiple leagues in a row with Ball Lightning of Orbiting, and it was like, dude, it just wrecks shop. I think I still have that build put together in standard somewhere. I gotta look. I delete a lot of my characters because I try to keep space. Now that there's 2 games, it's like, you know. Tornado of Elemental Turbulence. Look at this. This got buffed too. Damn, dude. Void Sphere of Rending got buffed to the moon too. Look at this shit. Winter Orb. Winter Orb Mines would be pretty good. Okay, so all the Vol skills for like Blade Vortex, Cold Snap, Fireball, Firestorm, Flame Blast, Ice Nova Spark, and Storm Call all were buffed. Support gem changes. Here we go. Okay, so Archmage got nerfed. Nerfed pretty heavily, actually. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, it's not too bad, but Ballista Totem got nerfed. Blast Chain Mines got nerfed. Barrage got buffed, right? No, hold on. Yeah, it got buffed. Charged mines got nerfed. High impact mine got nerfed. Minion pact has been reworked. So this is pretty much useless now. Supported spells deal 20 to 30 added physical damage for each permanent minion. That's lame. Yeah, it is an interesting change, huh, Raiden? Quite interesting why you would buff casters and nerf Archmage, right? Kind of sending mixed messages at that point, yeah? I don't know. Spell Totem got nerfed. Okay, here we go. Some unique item changes. This is where I'm fucking terrible, guys. I so bad at remembering the name of uniques. Okay, so Emberwake. Let's see. Breath of the Council. Chain of Unraveling. Disintegrator. Avros Horn. Oh, wow. Interesting. Hey, what's up, Warcraft? Heartbound Loop. Hate Forged Gloves. Now have 20 to 40% rage cost effect. Okay. They nerfed the Nebulous. Wrathpith got nerfed. This is also interesting. I'm good, brother. Just kicking it, man. Trying to go over these patch notes. I'm so excited for this league, dude. Very excited. This league looks so much fun. Look at that, dude. Look at that. The Tool Fall wand, dude. 20-30% increased cold damage per frenzy charge. I didn't even see this. Dude, this is fat. This is fat, dude. This means we got buffed, dude. The League starter got buffed across the board, dude. Got a tiny bit of a nerf because we're using mines, but, dude, it's going to be fine. We're going to be completely fine. Let's see. Let me pull up the League starter real quick. Oh, never mind. We're gonna use the we're gonna use the Foulborn Toolfall. I forgot. Whoops. That's the replica Toolfall. My bad. So this is the League starter. Wrathpith got like cracked pretty bad, dude. I think we're safe from all other nerfs. I'm making the leveling POB while I'm like leveling up this SSF character, and I'll get a good POB for you guys for the League start, just in case you guys want to follow it. I'll make like a really in-depth path of building. I normally don't do that, but I'm gonna start doing that. Damn, dude, Void Battery got cracked too. Look at that. Okay, so nothing else got touched on my build. We're in the clear. Okay, so now synthesize implicits are gone, dude. Look at that. That's kind of crazy. This is a crazy change, dude. But I mean, it's getting replaced because now we're gonna be able to get +1 power charge rings a lot easier, which is awesome. That means +1 power charge rings are not gonna be like 600 divines. Pretty good. Okay. Fractured fossils. Now fracture. Okay, so they no longer split, right? Splitting with the bestiary is gone. Interesting. Dude, I want to play a cast on block build with that new infused staff skill. It looks pretty cool. The only problem is you can max out block. You can get pretty high. I think you get up to 90%, but you can't get to 100%. But that would be sick if you just had a bunch of those like arcane novas shooting out. Okay. Okay, so they buffed a bunch of like the implicit stuff. Let's see. So staff's got a big buff. Oh, look at this. Flat damage on the spells got buffed. Spell flat damage rolls on caster weapons. Okay, here are the corruption implicits right here. Look at this shit, dude. Some of these are absolutely busted. Action speed on boots. Wait a second. Do they not have +1 to... Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, my bad. Yeah, we can get the +1 power charge rings. Dude, this is going to be really good. It's going to be really good. The only problem is you can't roll triple and synthesized implicits now. So those items are going to be gone from the game. That's obviously not going to affect most people, but it's definitely going to affect like the higher end crafters. People have like mirror tier items on their build. Okay, so they added a couple divination cards, and then they removed some. Ruthless, we don't play Ruthless. What do they do here? Yeah, dude, double corruption in the temple is going to be very profitable. Good call, dude. Look at that. Good fucking call. So they talked about in the Q&A that they added the window for the anime Guardian, but you can't. You can only see the items on the anime. You can't like replace the items. So, I mean, they're attempting to make it like that eventually, I guess. But they said right now you can't do it. So it's still cool though to have, because then you can see the items that your AG has, which is good. I didn't think we were going to see that for a while. They made it seem like it was some big developments, like feat, but they were able to do it. Nice, dude. Look at this. They finally did this to where you could just control click it for the betrayal. All right. That's pretty much it, guys. The rest is just like bug fixes and stuff. So far, this is a W patch, dude. W patch. Fucking W. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to do like an in-depth video and stuff so you guys can catch that. I already got me my supporter pack. We're going to be leveling up with Fireball until we get to the lab. Then we're going to go for Ice Spear Splitting. I'm going to do Fireball Ignite because Rolling Magma sucks now. And I hated it anyway, so I found my new leveling setup. Oh, here, let me get the volume up. Dude, I miss this song so much. I remember when this album came out, dude. Weezer. So good. This is one of the first songs I learned to play on guitar, too. Why do we do this? Why do we go the wrong way? I don't know why I just did that, dude. I just turned around for like no reason. This is what happens when I work all day, dude. My fucking brain is just cooked by the end of the day. Yeah, bro, I've been playing classical piano since I was a kid, and I play classical piano, I can play a little bit of violin, and I play guitar. When I did the podcast with Localhol, we were talking about that shit for like a half an hour before the podcast even started, because he's a musician too. It's never too late, dude. You could start doing that shit right now. What's stopping you? I know what's stopping you. You are. You're stopping yourself, man. I'm telling you, dude, you can do it. Oh, what am I doing, dude? I think we got to go back. Yeah, we already got the spike, dude. I don't know. I'm tripping right now. You're stopping yourself, man. I'm telling you. You could pick that shit up. Go buy a guitar, cheap guitar. And just, dude, you have YouTube now. Back in the day, dude, we didn't have any of that shit. So you kind of had to, like, teach yourself. I taught myself how to read tabs first, and then I taught myself how to read music, like actual music. I got one of those books that taught you how to read music, and I just kind of extrapolated from there and figured it out. But now, dude, you can pull up like a YouTube tutorial. They have all sorts of apps and shit that are just fucking, dude, these kids are jamming now. Like, they have like these play along apps now that teach you how to read music and tabs and everything. And they like walk you through, like, you know, week 1, week 2. There's a gang of them, dude. There's even one, there's a really good one for piano. I haven't looked up any about guitar, but I know there's a really good one for piano. Yeah, play piano, man. Piano's actually not the hardest instrument to learn, dude. It really isn't. Especially if you're not like really musically inclined, like piano's not that difficult. There are way more difficult instruments to learn aside from piano. You can pick up like an 88 key keyboard for pretty goddamn cheap. And then just teach yourself some scales, dude, and teach yourself the notes on the keys. Like the notes for each key on the piano. Piano music is really easy to read too. Like once you teach yourself how to do it, it's really easy to read. It's really just a matter of practice, man, honestly. If you just dedicated yourself to practicing like an hour a day, and in like a year, you'd be really, really good. Yeah, dude, that's unfortunate. You would have to take an hour off of playing PoE. But it's really just a matter of what you want to do more, dude. Do you want to play PoE or do you want to learn how to play the piano? I mean, you can always take a break or just cut your playing time short and just learn it, you know? I think it's worth it, dude. I really do. Like, I think it's worth it to learn an instrument. In fact, like, if you have like kids, I would suggest teaching your kid how to play an instrument because it does a lot cognitively too. It's not just like a cool thing to learn. Like cognitively, it really helps like improvement. And something about piano music, man, it like, I don't know. It's interesting. They've done some pretty interesting studies on I would, if I were you, I would get a weighted keyboard, an 88 key keyboard. Let me show you. I'll show you real quick. Hold up. You get something like this, dude. They have cheaper models, by the way. This is just the first one I saw. But you want a 88 key digital keyboard, but you want to have weighted keys. That way, when you press down on the key, there's feedback, so it feels like you're actually playing a piano. Because when you play a piano, the keys will pop back up, like there's like a feel to it. But when you just play like a keyboard, there's not. It just kind of pops back up when you hit it. But you want the weighted keys, so there's like, as you're pressing, it doesn't come up as fast. It's got like a little bit of weight to the keys. But yeah, that's what I would suggest, is getting something like this. I have a really nice one, dude. Like I used to have a grand piano, dude. I ended up having to sell it because I live in an apartment now, and when I was moving around to different apartments, like I couldn't keep bringing it with me, so I had to just get rid of it. But now I'm going to be getting a condo at the end of the year. I'm probably going to get another grand piano. I'm sorry, a baby grand piano, not a grand piano. Baby grand. Baby grand pianos they're not as expensive as you think. I mean, some of them can get up there, but mine cost less than $10,000. It was well worth the investment though. Yeah, yeah, dude, the grand pianos are fucking gorgeous, man. Obviously, I would really like to have a grand piano, but they're like $20,000, $30,000, some of them, you know. Once I get into a condo or like a bigger place, I'm gonna invest back in it again. Start playing way more. I don't practice nearly enough anymore, dude. I'm just so fucking busy with my business and with content creation and the gym and my girlfriend. It's just, I barely have any time to practice anymore, but I want to get back into playing more. It's like, dude, I can hop on it and just play though, because I've been playing my entire life. So I've been playing for like 38, 35 years. So I can kind of just like take a break and hop back on it. It's like I never left. But I'm telling you, man, reading music is the key. You want to learn how to read music, and specifically, you want to learn how to sight read music. That's what you want to learn. So that's where you like you put down the sheet music and you're reading like 2 to 3 notes ahead, and you're playing it and you're reading ahead on the sheet music. And if you're brand new, you're in kind of at an advantage because a lot of people can't learn how to do that because they learned how to read music wrong. Because you want to be able just to put it down and play it. You don't want to have to sit there and like study or memorize it or anything. You want to just be able to sit down and play it. Yeah, let me know how it goes, man. I'd be interested to see how your journey goes with that if you end up doing it. If you need help with anything, man, just ask. I know a lot about that shit. Like, you need to know what to buy or what to do. I am definitely going to miss Mirage League, though, dude. This was one of the most fun leagues that I've ever played. That means that our heist meta is going back to normal, dude. We are not going to have the enchanted bases anymore. Son of a bitch gave me staffs. Sucks. Yeah, you gotta get that first, dude. 100%. Dude, they sound really good. They really do. The Yamahas especially sound really good. Come on, man. Give me something useful. Every single time I go through Act 2, I always get baited into running this ritual, and it never drops anything. Ever. I gotta check to see if I missed it. See, we would have walked past it. Yeah, they do. I had a Steinway Baby Grand. It was really, really nice. I wish I would have practiced the violin more. I really enjoyed playing it. It's a gorgeous instrument. All right, dude. What do we get? Anything? Oh, we got we got Storm Cloud. I might as well grab this. This is okay, unique to have though. Did we get any of the rings any good or no? Nope. Nope. Yeah. Let's see. I have one like this. Mine was also used like this. Mine was black though. Mine was also used. It cost like 78 or 7,900 bucks. I got it for. Just under, it was like just under 10 grand. I can't remember exactly. It might have been like 8,800, but it was really nice. Fucking Einhard, dude. Isn't that like super high end, Raiden? Fucking Einhard, dude. Yeah, those are like, you know, some of them are like 150 grand, dude. Really expensive. I mean, even like the really, really old ones are like old and used are like 50 G's. It's expensive. I mean, obviously some of the Steinways get up there too, but it's just a matter of taste, really. It's wild, dude, how differently pianos can sound too. Well, it also depends on how they're tuned too. Like, you got to get somebody who really knows what they're doing, dude, to tune a piano. I don't know how to tune them. I always had like a family friend that tuned my piano for me. Yamahas are great, dude. They sound great. Nothing wrong with the Yamaha. How much gold we got, dude? Are we gambling yet? I don't think we can get a 4-link yet. 27. Probably wait till Act 3 to start gambling, dude, to get a 4-link. I'll tell you this much, dude. Fireball Ignite is my new favorite leveling build. Like till you get to first lab. It's so good. Damn, this thing is just pumping out chromatic orbs. I wonder how the new league mechanic's gonna be early league, like early game, campaign and shit. Come on, man, I need more movement speed on my boots. Give it to me. I need to get shield charge too. Alright, that's it for this. Wait, where's the where are those fucking Jinn at? Oh, they're over here. Hiding in the corner, dude. Look at that shit. Nope. Does not want to give me movement speed. Son of a bitch. Yeah, you could do cremation. Cremation got a big ass buff, dude. You see it in the patch notes? I'm telling you, dude, EK Ignite might be the way to go. If you want to play a fire-based build. I'm pretty sure it's a really good league starter, too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it requires, like, an insane amount of investment in the early game. All right, here we go. We made it. Yeah, that's the problem with the Reliquarian. Well, that's the problem with Scion in the first place. That's why nobody wants to League start with it, or before, you know, when it was just the Ascendant, is you need the first 2 labs before you even get any sort of power out of it. I mean, that's the price you pay for having that busted Ascendancy, though, you know? I want to see what's up here real quick. All right, we need to get a 4-link, man. Rare body armor? No. It took me forever to get through this campaign on the Mirage League because I just kept stopping at the Mirages. I just couldn't stop, dude. Oh, this son of a bitch. I was getting really good gear in the campaign off the Mirage mechanic. What is this trunk doing in the middle of the stairs, dude? Kind of weird. Alright, we're gonna go try check it out, see if we can get a 4-link real quick. There's some res. Alright. Any 4-links? Any 4-links? Oh, there's one 4-link, but it's level 31. Alright, that means we'll be able to get a 4-link here. Let's try to get boots. We need boots with movement speed. Look at that, dude. The first one we got was a 4-link. With movement speed, too. And res. It's a shitty roll, but... Alright, we're not going to chance it anymore. Only 10% movement speed, but I'll take it. There we go. We got it. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go. I'll be right back. 1 second. I gotta go get a better wand. I gotta go do the trial. I forgot. I keep forgetting, dude. When I do SSF, I have to do all the trials again. I keep forgetting that. I don't think it counts if you did the gauntlet, right? Does that count as an SSF character or no? I don't remember how far I got in the gauntlet, though. I think I stopped relatively fast. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't have any of them. I gotta go back to Act 1 and get the other ones. And Act 2. All right, let's go back and get these trials. So we got to go to the prison. Oh wait, this one is okay, so it's the prison, and then it's the crypt in Act 2. And we got to go to the Chamber of Sins. All right, there we go. We got them. Quick, easy peasy. Oh, we hit this blight too. Let's see. Sometimes I get really good stuff from this blight. Now I got an orb of binding. I'll take that. Those binding orbs are hard to come by sometimes in the early campaign. We get all three? No, we didn't. Dude, I'm moving like molasses, man. I need more fucking movement speed. Oh, shit's all the way down here. Definitely gonna miss Mirage, dude. Mirage made everything so much better in the game. Like, it was just all across the board. It was so good. I need some shield charge action. I always forget to grab this skill too. The skill book. Every time. Oh, I can get shield charge. Okay, let's go. We can't get faster attacks though, that's the thing. Alright. Can't get faster attacks until the library. It's okay. It still works fine, especially when you have the Quicksilver Flask on. It still works. I don't know why I didn't have this on, dude. I always usually get shield charge. For some reason, I had it in my head that the witch couldn't get it. I don't know why. Sometimes like my brain just makes shit up, even though I know for a fact I can get it. Alright, that's it. We just need the library. Where's flammability at? Alright, let's see if we can get a better gear here. Alright, we need ES helmet. Let's get some... Damn, that's it, huh? No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to gamble for rare ones. Go make the rest up on the crafting bench. Dude, I think there will be, dude. I think that we're gonna start seeing a lot of people coming over from PoE 2. Because there was a lot of people playing the PoE 2 league, dude. I think we're gonna see it. We're gonna see a renaissance for PoE 1. There's gonna be a lot of people coming over. Especially when 1.0 comes out. Bro. It's gonna be fucking... I wonder if they're going to get close to hitting 1 million players on Steam. It's possible that they could get twice as many concurrent players on Steam. If that happens, there's going to be a gang of people coming over to PoE 1. Because once the league kind of gets stale over there, they're going to be like, dude, I wonder what PoE 1's like, you know? 100% that's going to happen. Well, you saw that they added the keywords, right? Yeah. They added the tooltips in PoE 1, so they're approaching. They're starting to add stuff like that in slowly but surely. So I'm sure that PoE 2 will inspire a lot of good changes for stuff like that. Oh, here we go. More orbs of binding. Let's go. Oh, you only gave me one. Son of a bitch. I thought it was going to be like a couple of them. That sucks. Well, I work on that, Raiden. In fact, you actually kind of read my mind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of videos coming out in the next week where it's going to be like if you're coming over from PoE 2 and you've never played PoE 1 before, for brand new players, like things I wish I knew when I started, kind of like what I've learned so far from doing the podcast as far as like putting together builds for new players, all that stuff. Oh wait, what are we doing, dude? Jesus. God, dude, how many times have I gone through this act and I just did that? I can't believe it. Yeah, I'm going to start making a bunch of noob content just to try to help the newer players coming in. Especially around like making builds. I think that'll be really helpful. Because I feel like I have a really good perspective right now because I basically started making my own builds last league. So I'm still really fresh on like what it took to get there and the mistakes I made that kind of crippled me from making my own builds, like relying too heavy on build guides and stuff and not trying to like reverse engineer stuff within the build and get a better understanding of like the mechanics and the defensive and offensive layers that you need to put on there. Like you have to layer your defenses, you have to layer your offenses. Just little tips like that, general stuff, you know? I think it'll help. Yeah, well, the offensive stats are relatively similar. It's like the defenses where they really break from PoE 1 and PoE 2. Like, defenses are really hard to come by in Path of Exile too. Unless you're playing like just like an ES build, it's really like a lot more complicated. Well, not more complicated, but it's like it's just harder to do. In PoE 1, it's easy to do, but it's more complicated. And I always remember what Captain Lance told me on the very first episode of the podcast was like, running maps that have certain modifiers on it to where you die is a really good way of learning where your build's lacking in a certain defensive layer. So if you're running a map and you keep dying in it, like check the mods on the map. It'll tell you where the holes are in your build. It's pretty smart. I mean, obviously it's kind of intuitive when you say it, but I never thought of that before he told me that. I had never even crossed my mind to do that. I was always just like, I never knew what killed me, and then I never thought to just like pull up the mods that are on the map. And it's like common sense when I say it out loud, but you know, just sometimes you don't think about stuff. Yeah, well, they said that they're going to add a death recap. They already have one that they made. It's just not good enough to put in the game yet. So I'm assuming once we get that in PoE 2, we'll also get it in PoE 1, which will be really nice. Nice. It's a fat ass amulet too. A bunch of resistances on there. All right, man. All right, fellas. I'm gonna go hop off, make my my patch notes recap video. I will be back on tomorrow. I'm doing a podcast with Halsey. She's coming on the pod, first female podcast that I've done so far, and just hitting milestones, man. So yeah, I'm gonna do that podcast tomorrow. So I'll be on a little bit later, but it's like 7:30. I'll be on like an hour later than normal. So I'll see y'all then. Peace.